Hi everyone, my name is Bronwyn Whiting and I'm the Associate Dean for Education in the ANU College of Business and Economics. This recording is a bit of a guide, a start to, an induction to what it's going to be like studying in CBE for you over the next few months and years. So I've got a few slides to show. Just remember, it's me who's talking and I hope that you enjoy the presentation. Welcome to the CBE New Student Induction for Semester 2, 2022. What that means is all of you who are watching this are starting your study at the ANU College of Business and Economics in the coming weeks. And let me start by saying congratulations. Wherever you've been, if you've come straight from high school, if you've taken some time off, if you've come straight from an undergrad to start a postgrad, or if you're coming back to study after some time in the workforce, however you have gotten here, we think you're fantastic, and if we didn't think you were fantastic, we wouldn't have asked you to come study here with us. We hope you're going to have a fantastic time learning and growing and meeting new people, as well as engaging with all the brilliant academics you're going to meet through your degree. As part of making sure that we all have a fantastic time as this university community, and we mean community on campus as well as our community larger, our community of students who can't currently come to campus. We are all part of this community and there are values that we share and we agree to uphold by being part of that community. They include fostering and promoting an environment free from harassment, discrimination and violence, acting with integrity and showing respect, taking care of our own safety and the safety of others, and complying with university law, and rules and policies and procedures. So by being part of this community, by studying with us, these are things that you are agreeing to both do and to uphold in other people. Thank you for being part of our community and making it a wonderful place to be. Now, as you may know, part of looking after your own safety and the safety of others at the moment involves being aware of and managing COVID-19 risks. So, when you are on campus, we ask that you wear a mask indoors, that you maintain good hand hygiene, wash your hands. It's a really easy habit to get into every time you see one of those hand sanitizer dispensers, just to clean your hands. Be mindful of social distancing, so where you can, maintain a distance from other people. If you're not well, we want to make sure you get better. We also want to make sure that you don't share your germs with other people. So if you're unwell, please stay home, get the rest you need to get better, and don't spread any diseases that you've got. Particularly if you've got symptoms of COVID-19, which are all written about everywhere, then get tested and find out if you have it. And if you do test positive to COVID-19, it's important that you let the university know. We can then let people know if they've been in classes with you recently, and so we can make sure that our community stays as healthy as it can. Remember, at the moment, we are doing face-to-face teaching and we are thrilled to be back to face-to-face teaching where we can be. If there are any changes to that, if rules change, regulations change, and we are unable to do face-to-face teaching, you will absolutely be notified. So don't panic, we will let you know if anything changes. Now, for those of you who are not able to come to campus at the moment, there will be allowances made so that you can still continue or start your learning with us. That'll include lecture recordings and likely some tutorials via remote means such as Zoom. What we really want is for everyone to be back on campus and healthy and well as soon as possible. So while you can't come to campus, we really still want to engage with you, but we want to see you back here as quickly as we can. One of the important things that you can do when you get to campus is to download the ANU OK app. Now, it actually has some functions that are really handy even if you're off campus, so you might still want to download it. It has lots of phone numbers that you will need. It also has lots of things like a map, which can be really handy for helping you find your way around campus. It can help you find where the bus is. So there's lots of really useful features on that, and the ANU can actually communicate with you through that app as well. So please download that app. I would also ask if you, as a commencing ANU CBE student, could have a look at the ANU 1001 orientation module. So there's a QR code that will take you straight there. And there's lots and lots of useful information there, lots of things that we've found people need to ask in their starting semester. So we've compiled all the information and put it there. Now, you might not need all this information right now, but it might be helpful at some point. So what I'd suggest is have a look at that orientation module and then bookmark it so you can come back to it when you need it, whether you need information about exam time, about timetabling, the information will be there when you need it. And it will also help direct you to people who can help answer your questions. So let's talk about some of the things that ANU has that you might need to access in the first few weeks of commencing. The first area of ANU that's going to be important is ANU Student Central. So they will help you with all sorts of things like getting an ID card, making sure that you've got your acceptance all properly formatted, helping you to enrol in courses if you need, student admin type inquiries, getting invoices and fees sorted, all those sorts of things. And later in your program, they're going to help you with graduations. So that's really exciting stuff. You can email them, student@ANU, or you can give them a call. But they can be your first port of call for anything that you need for starting at ANU studies. The ANU Library is also a fantastic resource that you get to use over the coming years. There are an awful lot of books and journals and articles and papers, and access to all of that is provided both physically through the many branches of the library on campus, but also virtually. We have a lot of online access to journals and to ebooks so that you can look at those things whether you are on campus or not. ANU Academic Skills, I really want to impress upon you, is an incredible resource for you to use. They will give you assistance on any matters that you have related to how you study, how you learn, and how you present your answers, your communication skills. So whether it's a presentation, a business report, an essay, if you need help with how to reference things, Academic Skills can help you do that. If you're unsure of your writing capabilities, there are peer writing drop-ins. So students who are really good at writing things can look at what you've written and suggest ways you can improve it. There are also English conversation groups, and they should be running virtually, so on Zoom, as well as physically for this coming semester. They can be really, really, really useful. So if English is your second language, we think you've got the fantastic skills you need to learn and study in English. If you're here on campus, you will find you are using a lot of English all the time, and your English skills will improve. If you're unable to come to campus yet, it's really important that you keep your English skills fresh, not just through your learning and your studying, but also through general conversation. So have a look at those conversation groups as a way to both improve your English skills and also connect with other people. The ANU Counselling Service is one of the most used and most popular features of our ANU campus. It provides free counselling to ANU students. You don't need a referral, you don't need anyone to tell you to go there. If you're feeling like you're not quite right, if you feel like you need some help, support, or your mental health is feeling a bit pressured at the moment, then ANU counselling can be a way to get help and support. They can run appointments through telehealth, virtually, if you're not able to be on campus. They are confidential, which means they will never tell your teachers, your academics, your parents, your family that you've been to see them unless you want them to. They also offer group programs. So they sometimes offer programs on how to deal with exam anxiety. They run mindfulness sessions, which can be a really lovely way of reconnecting, a meditation sort of a thing. And they've got lots of other resources on their website, which can just help you settle in, calm down, and work out where you fit in university. For those of you who are on campus, there is also a medical clinic on campus, levels 2 and 3 of the building, and they have GPs and nurses and psychologists there to give you all the medical help you need. We started this by talking about the agreement you make by being part of the ANU community, the agreement to be respectful of others. And to make sure that you can have support to do that, we have a unit called the Respectful Relationships Unit on campus. One of the key things that they are involved in is supporting students who are either aware of or who know about or who have been victims, survivors of sexual assault or sexual harassment. They can connect students to the best support services, and they also provide a student ambassador program. Now, later in your degree, you might want to become involved in a student ambassador program to make sure that you can continue to make sure respectful relationships are part of our ANU community. Access and inclusion are a really important group of our university. They are available to both on-campus students and to students who are not able to come to campus yet. And what they do is they assist students who have physical learning disabilities, mental health conditions, chronic medical conditions, short-term illnesses, or students who are carers, who are elite athletes, or any international students who are under 18 who might need particular adjustments to their academic studies to ensure that these conditions don't impact their ability to participate and succeed. So if you fit any of those descriptions, then it is worth clicking this QR code and finding out more about access and inclusion. They can support you. You need to take your medical documentation or other evidence, and they can support you to make sure that adjustments appropriate to your needs take place in your courses. One of the adjustments that sometimes students need is some special exam arrangements. Now, these can be things like breaks in the middle of an exam if you have a physical condition which prevents you from being able to sit still in the one spot for the length of time of the exam, or they can be things like having a longer time if you have particular physical conditions which mean writing is harder for you, all sorts of things like that. So if you have challenges and you visit Access and Inclusion and they say, maybe we should get you some special exam arrangements, this is what they're talking about. These adjustments are important to let you succeed in your studies. What you need to do if you have a need for adjustments is make sure you follow the instructions of Access and Inclusion and make sure that any special exam arrangements you need to request are requested by the deadlines on this slide. So you need to make sure you register with Access and Inclusion and follow the instructions and meet the deadlines. For all of our Indigenous students, the Jabal Centre is a fantastic place to get support and care from community. We have a fabulous team there who make sure that this is a really safe space, a supportive place, and a place where you can feel like you belong and that can help you succeed in your university studies. Because all students need help and support and the ability to succeed, there are also students' associations. Now, once you've been here, you'll be invited to vote in student elections. But at the moment, we're not asking you to vote, we're just telling you, if you are an undergraduate student at the ANU, you are a part of the ANU Students Association. What ANUSA do is a lot of fabulous social things. They support the clubs and societies on campus, they arrange social events, they have a really good time, but they also provide legal and welfare assistance and also advice to students who find themselves in some of our more challenging situations. They can help you if you're having particular academic issues or financial issues. If you need emergency accommodation, then ANUSA can provide support. There is an email address there as well as a phone number. They can help you with things if you are on campus or if you are off campus. So if you're confused about things, if you're not sure where to go, ANUSA can be a good place to start. And all our postgraduate students, don't feel left out. There is a Postgraduate and Research Students Association as well. We call that PASA. They provide the same sorts of supports, social and financial and legal and welfare supports for our postgraduate students. Again, they can help you with academic issues, emergency accommodation, financial issues, all those sorts of issues that might arise which are not strictly related to your study, and even some which are. They can provide support and advice. So I've told you all about a lot of the services that the ANU provides, but I started by saying I'm from CBE and welcoming you to studying in the CBE. So let's talk about what the actual College of Business and Economics can do for you. Well, the first thing to know is that there are 4 research schools in CBE. There's the Research School of Accounting, the Research School of Finance, Actuarial Studies and Statistics, the Research School of Management, which also includes Marketing, Information Systems, International Business, and the Research School of Economics. Within these 4 schools, most of the courses in CBE are taught. That's where you will find your academics, and it's the main part where you're going to engage with the university is through those schools. Now, what we think in CBE is that university should be, and really is, more than just being in classrooms and learning from your lecturers and learning from the people sitting around you. That's a really important part of study. Obviously, we think it is. We give you a certificate at the end telling people what you've studied. But a really important part of university, whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate, is getting to know the people around you, is making social connections, is networking, and also getting to know the area that you're studying. So we run social and networking events where you can meet other students from CBE. They might be fellow undergrads studying the same degree. They might be postgrads. They might be studying the same or different disciplines, but it's really cool to meet a whole lot of different people. There are lots of these social events scheduled. Some of them will be available remotely, but a lot of them are on campus because, again, we really want to see you all, and we think that's great. There are also activities to help you learn about the culture of the Indigenous people in the area, to learn about university life, to learn about the Canberra region. Sometimes we have excursions and things. We'll all go to Floriade, or we'll all go and look at the koalas, or lots of other fun activities that we can do. There are also events we'll hold to help you find out about the clubs and societies and student associations that might be relevant to you. And we'll help you connect with ANU Sport. One of the key things you can do if you are new to Canberra and new to ANU, one of my key pieces of advice would be get involved with these student experience activities and go and join a sporting team. Meet people that way, because the connections you make at university are going to be the ones that are lifelong and sustain you. And because we think connection is so important, we want to give you all the possible ways you can connect with us. Now, we always send you emails to your student university email address. That's the one that's got your U number at anu.edu.au. So please check that email address. And when you contact us, use that email address, because that way we know we're communicating with the right person. Otherwise, we can't share university information with an email address that's not a university one. If you're on any of the social media channels listed there, then we also have a presence on all of those. We will Facebook to remind you about events that are coming up. We will send Twitter messages just to check that you know about some of the really cool public lectures that we've got coming up. We'll post Instagram photos of the baby ducklings when they're around in the creek behind the building. And on LinkedIn, you can find all sorts of information about our academics and some of the fabulous research they're doing. So please connect with us through all of those means. Now, normally, if we were live, I would be sitting down and having a big breath and drink of water and introducing my colleague, Associate Professor Marvin Wee. Marvin is our Director of Students and Learning within CBE. So part of Marvin's role is to keep in contact with you as students and find out how things are going for you. And he does that in a few different ways. So once you log in, once you've enrolled in your courses and you log into your class websites, you will find that there's a little box saying, if you have any feedback, click here. The feedback on your courses that you submit goes to Marvin. What that means is if you have positive or negative or troubling or concerning things to say about any of your courses, any of your teachers, any of your assessments, you can contact Marvin through that class website, and Marvin can have a look at the situation and talk to you about it, and then, if needed, talk to the convener or your lecturer to try and resolve any problems that are happening. So you can contact Marvin at any point during semester. The other thing Marvin does is he'll have feedback sessions, and you'll see these advertised through your emails and possibly through our social media, where Marvin invites students to come and meet with him and talk to him about how things are going. Are they going well? Are they going poorly? What are things like in your course? What are things like in your program? And we really want to give you as many opportunities as we can to give us feedback in a really timely fashion so we can improve things for you as you study. So I'm sorry I can't introduce Marvin today, but I'm sure you will meet him during your studies, and he is really keen to help you. The other people who are keen to help you, aside from all your academics and all your tutors and all your lecturers, are the CBE Student Services team. Now, if you're on campus and you come to the CBE building, that's building 26C, and you walk in on the ground floor, you will see this space. This is our Student Services Here to Help desk. And there will be people sitting in there between roughly 9 and 4, 5 days a week, to try and help you with your questions. And those questions might be as easy as, I don't know how to find my lecturer, through to, I don't know what courses I should be enrolling in. That's the team who can help you with this. So they can help you choose the right courses at the right stage of your program. Now, this is particularly important if you're doing things like a double degree, and if you want to leave space for a student exchange, going away for a semester, or for an internship, or for electives in your final semester, then you're going to need to plan your course selection really well, and they can help you do that. They can also make sure that you're going to complete your program on time. So make sure you're completing all the bits you need to do in the right order. If you're thinking about it and thinking, I don't know if I've picked the right program, then they can give you advice on how to change that if that's appropriate. And if you have any other questions, they can be your first point of contact. If they don't have the answer, then they can either make an appointment with you for someone else who can give you the answer, or they can direct you to the right place to get the answer. So our Student Services team, we love. Their entire job is to help you get through your degree as quickly and as easily as possible, meeting all of the requirements of the degree and also meeting all your requirements. So if you want to come and talk to one of those Student Services team members, we call them student advisors, then there are sessions. There are drop-in sessions available from O week, which is this week starting the 18th of July, right through to the end of week 3 of semester. Now, drop-in sessions means you can just rock up to those sessions. You can register through the CBE website or through Career Hub, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And on screen, you'll see all the times for the sessions for undergraduate and postgraduate students. All those times are Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not on the east coast of Australia, please adjust those times to your time zone. But we would really love to give you information in those Zoom drop-in sessions. If you are able to be on campus, then there will be on-campus, face-to-face, in-person drop-in sessions as well. And we'd love to see you at those. So if you are on campus, if you go to the CBE website, you'll find the details of those, and we hope that you come in person to talk to us. If you need to contact CBE Student Services about any of those questions that you might have about your degree, and this is at any point, whether it's in O week before you start, or an exam period of your second year, you can contact CBE Student Services for advice. The email address, nice and easy to remember, info.cbe@anu.edu.au. Please contact us, like I've said, from your ANU email account so we know we can give you the right information. If you give us your ANU student number and tell us the situation or the question or the problem you're dealing with, then you can also outline, here are the 2 thoughts I've had, and the student services advisors can say, option A looks good, option B not so much, or even option A is good, option B might be right if this is your situation, but here's a new option, option C, which I've found can help. So they can provide really good, useful, relevant advice for you. The advice they can provide can be on anything. It can be on how do I get to do the major I want. It can be on how do I have to organise my study to fit in an internship at the end. It can be on when am I going to graduate again. Can be on I want to take 6 months off from my program to go and do something else. How do I do that? So there's lots and lots of things they can advise you on. You can make an appointment to see them in person. You can make an appointment to chat over Zoom. But to do that, you need to make a booking. Check that QR code or go to the CBE website and you'll find the information. One of the other fabulous services we offer, which is not focused on your study and is part of our commitment to recognising that student experience is bigger than just the classroom, is the CBE Careers team. There is a careers and student employability team who are absolutely here to make sure that you get into the right space and have the right qualities and the right skills and the right presentation and the right CV to have the best possible career start. They can offer you one-on-one consultations where you say, here's my dream job, how do I get there? And they talk you through it. They can also offer you professional development courses. They bring employers onto campus to talk to groups or individual students. They can help you with writing job applications, with preparing for interview, with creating a professional looking LinkedIn profile, with the skills you need to network. There are a list there of upcoming careers, events and connections activities. So they will be both employers on campus talking to students, employers on campus talking to groups of students and giving seminars about what they're looking for in their grad recruiting program, and also panels of alumni who can tell you, here's where I am now and here's how I got there. So there's lots of sessions coming up. And if you're thinking, well, I'm only just starting my study, I don't really need careers help, think again. This is like a roadmap of your degree with all the things that you will need to do to get you that bright, shining career you want. In the beginning of your degree, you are exploring options. They can help you build a CV. They can help you build a network profile. They can help you work out whether volunteering is appropriate for your CV. If joining a student society is going to help broaden your skills. When you've been studying for a little bit, you might want to start thinking about developing specific employability skills. What skills do you have already? Can you identify them and show them off? What skills do you need to grow and change? Is it time for you to start thinking about leadership roles and how are you going to demonstrate to future employers that you have leadership skills? A little bit further on from that, you'll need to start thinking about things like applying for jobs. So how do you make your CV industry relevant? How do you connect with industry? How do you network appropriately? How do you brand yourself? How do you create a personal brand which will work for your career? And finally, when you launch your career, what will you need to do? You'll need to be continuously on top of updating your CV. You will still need to network. You will need to connect with people, with fellow alumni and with career colleagues. CBE Student Careers Support is there to help you right from now when you are starting out your degree and thinking about things like, oh, maybe I need a CV to get a casual job, to 3 years post-graduation. So they can help you through all the twists and turns in your career's journey. Now, Career Hub is one of the great ways that we both communicate with you, we link with you, and we share information with you. So, QR code there. What I would do is suggest that you log into Career Hub and create an account. So you need your university ID and password to log into Career Hub. Once you're on there, you can make appointments to see the careers advisors. You can make appointments to see student services. You can also see online jobs boards. You can see careers events that are coming up or employer events that are coming up and lots of other careers resources. So have a look at Career Hub. It's a really great way to stay in touch with what's happening, both in careers and student services, and also in the industries you want to be involved. And if you're worried and thinking about, well, okay, a degree is one thing, but I know it's not enough to get me employed, there are lots of other things that you can do to help you become as employable as possible. Look into things like the ANU Plus, which is a volunteering program, to student societies, leadership roles in those. Get a casual job, a part-time job, or do some volunteering work. Look into internships. Now, there are internships for course credit that you can do later in your program, but there are also internships that don't count towards your degree, but give you experience in industries you might want to explore. There are mentoring programs. There are lots of events and workshops and public lectures around campus every week, and I would urge you to explore all of those opportunities as ways to connect and enhance your employability. To find out more, scan that QR code and you can keep looking. Now, for our students who are either in China or planning to return home to China after they finish study, we do have a careers employability officer who is located in Beijing. Her name is Jessie Zhao, and she is a fantastic asset to our college. She's been working with us for over 4 years and has been working in HR for over 8 years, so has a lot of experience in the hiring practices of Chinese companies. She is based in Beijing, as I said, at the ANU China office, and she can offer you support if you want to start working in China through workshops focused on specific Chinese job market preparation, how to write your interview for that market, how to prepare for an interview. She also provides student appointments, one-on-one appointments via Zoom, where she can help you about how to do job searches for the Chinese market, how to plan your career in the Chinese market. We know the Chinese job market is different to the Australian job market, and so there are different skills, different CVs, different interview skills you will need for that market if that's where you want to go. Now, before I finish, I want to say that while it's been lovely to talk to you in this session, there are other really important O-Week sessions that you should attend. On Thursday this week, the 21st of July, there will be sessions that are specific to your program or your discipline or your major. So what we really want you to do is to go along to those sessions or to watch those sessions and learn about all the things that are particular about the Bachelor of Economics or the major in Economic Studies, and we'll have our economics colleagues presenting those. Or all the things that you need to know about studying accounting or management or marketing. For students in the postgraduate space, what it's like to study postgraduate finance or postgraduate information systems. There will be sessions on Thursday that will be specific to your degree or your discipline or your major that will help you prepare in the best way possible for starting classes on the 25th of July. So please check the CBE O-Week webpage to find out when those sessions will be held. It's really important that you get all the information you can so you can hit the ground running and start brilliantly in week 1. Other recordings will also be stored there, and all the information on every other CBE O-Week activity, including the student services drop-in sessions I've mentioned. So scan that QR code Have a look at those things and register for the events that you're able to attend. Finally, I want to say thank you. I know watching a Zoom with a head and a slide is not anyone's idea of fun, but thank you for sticking with me to the end. In CBE, we really do want to make sure you have a fantastic start to what we hope is going to be a fantastic study experience with us. If you have comments anywhere along the way, then I've said you can already reach out to Marvin, but I would be more than happy to meet you, whether it's via Zoom or in person, sit down and have a coffee and find out what your experiences have been. And if there are specific ways that we can improve things for you, I want to know about them. So take a deep breath. You're now an ANU student. You are a student of the College of Business and Economics. And very, very soon, I'm going to be sitting on stage and clapping my hands together and cheering my head off very quietly because I'm not very improper, as you walk across the stage to collect your CBE degree. Focus on that. We are all so incredibly pleased to have you studying with us, and we know you're going to be successful. Let us know how we can help you. Have a fantastic day and a brilliant start to your ANU and CBE journey. Thank you very much.